Hey, welcome to Stone Soup Poetry, everybody. I'm your host, Chad Parento. Also hosting the morning show, Flappy and the Bean, every third Thursday of the morning, on the third Thursday of the month at anyway, I'll just say WZLX. WZLX. No, is there any other dead radio stations I can name? Anyway, rest in peace, ZLX. All right, we have a great show for you tonight as we count down to National Poetry Month. More announcements are going to be had for the features. I do hope you come next week because we are featuring Colleen Houlihan, and then we're kicking May off with John Roche, who is kicking off his new release of the Further Adventures of Joe the Poet, the Joe poems. He is he's going to kick us off for April, but we have some amazing people kicking us off, continuing to kick out the jams until the end of March. I will talk eventually good. Me talk good one day. The feature for tonight is none other than the man whose magazine I hype up relentlessly, annoyingly, perhaps illegally in a couple of cases. His journal Oddball Magazine, which he founded way back in 1930, and now years and years later, it is now an institution. It is a nonprofit. It's the Oddball Foundation. It is oddballmagazine.com. This person is not only the editor and founder of that, he is also the author of 3 poetry books, the latest coming out in April, Train of Thought 2, Train Harder, or is it Thought Harder? No, it's Train of Thought 2, Almost Home. Ladies and gentlemen, give your virtual round of applause or your best miming for Mr. Jason Wright before we get to the open mic. There we go. There we go. We are live. We are being recorded. God help us, and we are ready to go. This is a great house tonight, full house. I am very happy for that, and feel like I should say something profound, but I can't think of anything except. No, I won't say it. Bed bugs are a bitch, people. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's how I'm gonna sum up my day. The scare is I had a bed bug scare, but I'm back. We are back, and we are going. So get the live feed from Mr. I have to censor the feature. This is wrong. Get the live feed from Facebook for the full story. And it looks like we got CCA Chagra and Thomas Gagnon coming in. So the people are coming. And now, more importantly, we are going to go to the open mic. For those of you who have not been here before, or have not been here in a while, first of all, mute your damn phone. Second of all, we are live, and we meet every week on Wednesday night. Somebody mute your phone. First of all, thank you, Thomas Gagnon. Mute your phone. We're going to go into the open mic, and Thomas, as long as you're cool with it, I'm going to keep muting you until it's your turn on the open mic, and I can put you down. So please don't unmute your phone. Okay, first person on the open mic. He has to move pretty quickly. He's visiting his loved one, our loved one, Krista McFall, in the hospital. I hope she's going to be doing better. And he's been a regular. He's one of the first online features that we've had since Stone Soup went online, went underground, and went via the dark web, or what I like to call Zoom. I don't know what the dark web is. Anyway, this kind of counts in my eyes, especially if you count all the Zoom spammers, the Zoom bombs. But anyway, I'm so glad he is here with us tonight, and give our love to Crystal, and let's welcome up so I can shut up finally, Mr. Eric Tate.
Thanks, Chad. I've been working on this piece. There was this guy that lived at my grandmother's boarding house when I was a kid, and that was like the first time that I had really ever encountered any roaches at all. But but this is kind of inspired by him and the fact that I have roaches now. Karma visits me now in the form of roach infestation, prompting me to think critically and remorsefully of my attitude towards Morton, the greasy-haired recluse who lived in the room off the front porch of my grandmother's boarding house. Morton gave no regard to the roaches that clung to his person, dropping off of him intermittently when he paused to adjust his satchel. Looking back, I suspect he didn't like the roaches any more than I do now, though I harbored such revulsion for him. He'd merely found a way to reconcile himself to the roach's existence. That's all there is so far.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you.
And it's great to have you on for as long as you can be on. Hopefully you can stay tuned to watch listen to the rest of the show at the very least. And up
Thank
next, you're welcome. Our best to Crystal. Up next, let's welcome up. She's celebrating her second COVID shot. I'll say, well, celebrating quotes when we really mean is surviving. Be ready for tomorrow. Drink a lot of liquid, take a lot of Aleve, and above all else, bundle up. And if you got an electric blanket, I suggest you use it and turn it on high. But for now, she is well enough to read with us, and we're thankful for that. Let's welcome up Patricia Kerrigan.
Thank you. Caution, inspired by the killers. Birthday wishes died at midnight when Cinderella ditched her prince. Her blacktop beginning saw tarot swords march in 3s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. By cathedral doors, cautionary tales took root. By the promenade, a song rallied for change. Under mandatory incognito, she fought for her sanity through caution west of the bay. As seagulls flew around her, she raised her arms to the sun, lips in affirmation. Found freedom when the mask behind her mask lost its grip, fell to the rocks below. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patricia. And we are going to keep on going. I respect for everyone who waited. For those of you who joined on, I did put you, Thomas and Cece, I had put you on the open mic. We're looking forward to that. But for now, let's bring us up to another regular of ours in the virtual world, Mr. John Stickney.
Thanks, Chad. Impure thoughts. Banish them to some unknown land, the priest in his veiled coffin commanded. And I did. They are still with me after so many sea years, well after I got my sea legs. Secure in the hold of this ship God provided for my long, long ocean journey. At my latest exam, the stethoscoped doctor wondered aloud, is that a concertina? Isn't that a tin whistle? On what surface are they stomping? Who decides which chanties are sung? Thanks.
Thank you very much, John. Let's go back to gallery and here we go. And up next, you can catch this person probably next week on Oddball Magazine if we select one of his photos, but he is on Oddball Magazine a lot. You should definitely carouse the library, the past posts, and see this person's work. He's really stepped up and given us a lot of more work that we can use in these crazy times when we're trying to cover everything as much as humanly possible in terms of every single story we can. And I appreciate his help. I appreciate his photo on my own book. Thanks to you, those of you who bought it. And now let's bring up Mr. Ed Galt.
Thank you. Um, yeah, the scenery behind me there is one of my photos. It's on the Greenway, and I follow in the footsteps of Joseph Sudak, who was himself called the poet of Prague for his photography, not his writing, interestingly enough. So I try to put a little poetry into everything I do. This piece I call Games with Grandpa, though really historically he was my great grandfather, but I was kind of close to him. And we used to play a lot of games together. And this is the kind of story around that. The games, it's called Games with Grandpa. I don't know when his wife died. I was always told it was long before I was born. He always seemed so ancient, his skin lined with the years he had lived. Brown spots mottled his scalp and blended into what hair he had left. The important thing was not to be lured into thinking he was senile. That would be a grave mistake. For example, in chess, he would take your queen, then your king, before you knew they were gone. Game over. Then he was a checker shark. Yeah, checker shark. He had ways of jumping all over our pieces in one move. In dominoes, we didn't stand a chance. The man had a century on us all. Even after all the cigars. That must have been his secret, the cigars. Thank you. Yeah, he was born sometime in the 1880s. So that was quite remarkable. He was a remarkable fellow.
Damn. Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome.
What do we have next? I was actually seeing, hopefully Jan is still available. Let us, let's go now. Man has been very quiet, although I think he was doing soundbite standoff with Jason when I was on the when I was away from the desk.
Nope.
I'm sure he won, but let's welcome up next, Mr. Bill Lewis.
Thank you. It is a great pleasure to be here, an honor. I was at a talk during Women's Month here, and we have a lot of historical talks, and not surprisingly, we were talking about women who did things. It's really amazing how many people today think that women didn't do anything. I'm getting this more and more, and the more you study history, like, no, they're all over the place. And anyway, I was inspired by the following historical quote: "A man may starve at the table of good conscience." And of course, what can be more relevant to today's story than that? We have a glorious new mayor in Boston who has assured us that minority students in Boston are now achieving at the same level as the rest of the state, or she implied that. And that over 90% of the homeless people are now taken care of. They're now living in shelters and everything is fine. And you're still walking past people on the streets. And so, nonetheless, we do what we can. I attempted to bribe some of you into writing a poem for me. I did not succeed. I had tried to bribe a friend of mine into making a painting for me. I did not succeed, but I did finally bribe a friend of mine into coming and playing for a Zoom party. So I decided, okay, that's the good part. I'm going to focus on the happy parts today. I'm not going to have any of these boring, stupid poems about how miserable I am or how lousy life is. I'm going to talk about my high school students who are doing cool things in computer science, and they are going to have better lives than I do. I cannot tell you how important that is for me to be able to say, to know that my students are going to have better lives than I do. To see order and beauty and logic where others sees chaos and hell. It is a blessing, hard-earned skill to move forward when others retreat, to persevere, to succeed, if only by will. Slow and plodding and methodical, we write our code and run it, and it breaks, and we fix it, and we run it, and we run it. Our beauty is not our beauty is not that of a whim. We cannot draw outside the box any more than a painter can paint on the air. Code must work. Britney Spears may miss a word in a song and no one will even care. But if we miss a semicolon, we lose the day. It's a different art form, just different rules, a different way of thinking, different tools. Where you might yawn, your eyes go glassy, you see little ants upon the page, which isn't classy. My kids see ideas, concepts in their minds, to see beauty and love and creation, where others are blind. We build castles in our minds, palaces in the sky, and when we type them in as code, our fantasies will fly. So that is my poem, Adoration for those people who are going to lead us into the future, for the people who are making the world and studying and working, the people who care. Bravo, young folks, forward, forward, forward.
Thank you so much, Bill. What do we have next? Yes. Let us welcome up the woman who I have the pleasure of unmuting every Wednesday, so we can hear her wonderful voice, and she's been a participant in this since the very beginning. Let us welcome up the great Carol Weston.
What I wish. This is, well, 2 years ago, I was on my way to Nancy Dodson's with a poem, and all of a sudden the wind came and lifted me up in the air and turned me around. And then I kept walking, and I went up the 18 steps, and my blood was pouring down my forehead. And I went to Nancy's house at 36 Upland Road, where she has been for a long time, but now she's moved. And she came down the hall with a cup of tea on her walker that saved me. And here is my poem. It's called The Divine Hug. Gusts of 70 miles per hour, and down the street beyond Porter Square, a tractor trailer is blown over. I am lifted up by the divine hug of the hurricane. I am turned around mid-air over the bank of snow. I land on the bicycle path on my left arm. My right arm is left free to right. I lie still, my cheek against the slightly dirty snow. Oh, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Carol. And welcome, Miss Kathleen Strickland. Kathleen, if you want to read on the open mic, just let me know via personal message. You can message me personally on the chat. My name is Chad Parento. I should be close to the top, I think, even if everything's a little crazy tonight. Oh, so we should. It looks like Thomas actually ended up leaving. Sorry, I'm a little distracted, but let's keep on going with the open mic. Let's welcome up next a little musical interlude from Mr. Ethan Meckler.
Hey, thanks, Chad. All right, I'd like to do a piece here from an extremely obscure poet, but an amazing one nonetheless, by the name of Chad Parentu. And I hope he doesn't mind that I am performing this. It's called Before. Before. One last respite before the running of the rats. Stampede souls back under our own shoes. Back to you, Chad.
Thank you very much, Ethan. Very flattering as always, more than I deserve. We are going to move now let's bring us now to Miss Nancy Dodson. I'm going to ask her to unmute herself by pressing *6. Whoops, you'll have to do it again. I went to press ask to unmute, and you'll have to just do it again. Press *6 again, Nancy. Sorry about that. There you go.
Hope. Hopefulness brings forth confidence like it embarks on a journey of belief. Faith gives reason for hope. One should achieve all that they want in life. Hope portrays wisdom achieving goals through hard work. Hope will come with experience and growth of self. Shine, shine, the light of God, giving the light of one's hope always.
Thank you, Nancy. We now bring you to, let's see. Oh, here she is. Looks like she muted herself, or I was able to do it. Excellent. Let's go now. I hope he's still here. Yes. You might be the unofficial closer if we can't get Jan Roan on the phone, but I think they're listening, so we should be fine. But for now, let's go to past feature poet. And Cece, you might want to lower your volume or put headphones on, because I just tried to unmute you and I'm hearing like a reverb echo. So I don't know what you want to do, but at any rate, let's welcome up Cece Ashagra.
Okay, how's that? I lowered the volume on my computer.
That's good.
All right, okay.
It
Hi
seems to
everyone.
only work if I'm talking, so I won't be talking and you got the form.
Okay. I'm going to put something in chat for those of you that don't know that I've launched a project. And of course, everyone is welcome. Ethan, thanks for taking notice. And that's a beautiful setup, Ethan. It's a nice angle and your sound was really good today. I would love that contribution. Next thing I'm doing is on the 11th of thing. It's an open microphone hybrid. It's unlike anything else before. There's a process. Anybody just private chat me and I'll give you a personal tour if you want one. Thank you, John and Ed and Carol and Bill for your work here. And Jason was actually part of the first one. So that's enough of that. So these are tiny little ones. I'll just pop a couple and then be out of your way here. This is from a new manuscript called Within the Forms of Time. Dead poets can only exist in words to teach nothing breathing now how to write, without the ego of I am a writer. The trap of intelligence is it never wants to see that it has always been seen, outsmarting itself. The soul of the mind ever to surf upon the breath of thought's wave, made by no more or less than when all the earth sighs, the ebb and flow, here and now. I am taught by the voices of stillness and silence and clarity of listening to no lie speak to or from my heart. And the first one in the other manuscript thing, also tiny. I am a blank page. Nothing upon me is real. Then came the extinction of paper and ink and the sound of the last tree falling and the end of all hunger for form. And this thing that I'm doing is you guys don't forget, Chad, you can come and represent Stone Soup here. This is an open mic followed by nonprofit community organization, experimental arts, followed by free speech. It's a 3-tier and it's within a bubble called Principles of Involvement. I'll put my, just go to that. I'll put my email in there. Just anybody with any questions, let me know. Love you all. Thank you.
I see. Thank you, CC. Just for the record, I tried to get into the call into the room last time, and I wasn't able to. So I hope the bugs are gotten out of this time for what happened. But I was able to listen to a lot of it, and I wish you luck with that. And we'll learn more and get more information going as we get closer to the date of the 11th.
I'll absolutely make sure that doesn't happen again for you. I'm going to put this email in there and you personally I'll fix that for you.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, let's see. Kathleen Strickland has not let us know she wants to read, so I think she's just listening. Minion, were you able to find anything?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Then let's bring Minion Ariel King, who I haven't heard from so long, to the table.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is from the chapbook I'm working on. When I cleaned out my mother's home after she passed away 10 years ago, then I couldn't keep everything. So I wrote about 30 objects that I have to keep. So this is from the book 4 Keeps. What to keep. After all the rummaging for newspaper, bubble wrap, boxes, tape, and 3 different colors of magic markers, after 10 years of a different life than those backburnered or expected from me, I'm out of new ideals, but forever full of old words. There was some good in the old days and ways, though certainly half of everything I missed the most was gloriously imperfect. I've sunk my share of battleships, lost just enough to know that losing isn't always fatal. Kaleidoscope eyes and rose-colored glasses aside, lust and logic make curious bedfellows. No weed, mushrooms, LSD, PCP, whiskey, or male trickery are needed as excuses not to live a real life without regret or outcry for a do-over. Clearly, I would like my parents back, but if I had it to do again, I'd be just as queasy strolling from my last classroom, hoping never to return to teaching. I'd love the same frustratingly immature lovers I foolishly took on the first time around. I am who and how I am underneath it all because of them and my family, the reader, the mother, the big sister. Very funny, crazy, smart, moody, sweet five brothers. Word together in a blender, they contributed to my xenophobic recoiling from the stupid and the cruel. Yes, I'm moving on, someday in physical form, with zero regrets, and strunk in white on the top of the last box I tape. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Minion. That's a great treat, a great preview for the book. Definitely let us know when it's ready.
I sure will.
And now let's see. Now I'm coming to the moment of truth. I'm going to see if Jan Rowe is able to unmute and have either herself or just James Van Loy read. Hello?
Am I unmuted?
You are.
Yes. Okay, I just wrote this today, so it's a rough draft.
Okay.
On Dot Ave between the Carney Hospital and Ashmont Station. On the side porch, I contemplate where the full-size tomato plants and containers will go this year. Here, shopping cart. There she goes, heavily clothed and pushing a shopping cart with bags of cans hanging from it. She may rest, try to sleep in the cold among the tombs next block or so up towards the Carney. Old cemetery, some tomb lumps. She's almost small enough to fit into the grocery cart. She goes north on Dot Ave each morn and returns each evening. Taking out the trash pre-dawn, I see approaching a woman of color in plush sky blue bathrobe. An electronic iPad or some such rests across her extended arm, underlighting the plush sky blue bathrobe as she strolls Dot Ave towards the station. I momentarily think to stay on the porch as I see them approach to distance myself, but find myself at the trash cans at the curb. A black man like her, but in a winter jacket, follows her, talking nonstop, incorporating my presence. She's just taken out the trash. Or a day or so later from the third floor porch on Dot Ave, I note a woman with the same stride crossing the street. She has on a very fashionable coat, matching outfit. I hope it's her. The woman in the plush sky blue robe walking from the Carney towards the station. Often also the homeless who have overnighted at the Carney ER trudge toward Ashmont with Telltale Hospital plastic bags early morn. The skateboarders take advantage of the beneficial tilt of Dot Ave. Hear them before we see them. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. And as we move along to tonight's feature, Mr. Van Loy, are you ready to go?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
Excellent.
Chad.
Excellent. For those of you who have who haven't heard him in a while, this is the man who's the perennial closer for Stone Soup nowadays, and one of the long time people who have been coming to Stone Soup. And check out his column, It's All One Thing, which airs tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And without any further ado, here is James.
Okay, so I have a little piece here, which is called Doing It Daily. Doing It Daily. Back in the day, they used to say, swing and flex with Oedipus Rex. But now they don't even have to drop their drawers in the emperor's new set of clothes. They cavort and dance so even the child's voice cannot pierce their shimmering, iridescent bubbles that nestle with finis, ingenious, geometric-like pre-cut tiles and radiating labyrinth, the brains of universe growing multiverse. We see through it all one thing, these absurd, if they aren't so dangerous, men's, who can never see the big picture of those little members in a world of myriad probabilities in which crowd size is shroud size. And under it all, the tent pole rises as high as a sad sigh. How could they not see how great he is? Even as space-time dissolves and disappears, the cumulative erections of 4,000 tired years. I left my heart in San Francisco, high on the hill. It calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may chill the air. I don't care. My love waits there in San Francisco, above the blue and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me.
Thank you so much, James. And now, without any further ado, it's getting to the point where there's no one else. It's time for the feature. But first, the first 20. Oh God. But first, 20 more announcements. No, I won't say much because I know that most of you know that Colleen Houlihan is reading next week. And if you have never heard her before, I highly urge you to go. She is definitely a piece of Stone Soup history who moved away from Boston and unfortunately isn't part of the wasn't part of the live readings for over a decade. And it's great that she is back with us now. She really is a piece of history that dates all the way back to the 90s. And did some amazing work. Some of it you can even see on YouTube via my page and other people's. Some fantastic work that's still floating out there. Someone who definitely deserves to be published more and heard more. So we're going to try and bring her back. I've already talked about John Rush featuring on April. I am working on some kind of hybrid as far as doing something special for Stone Soup's 50th anniversary. I'm talking to certain people. I don't think we're going to be getting together in crowds because too many people who are part of Stone Soup could potentially be immunocompromised. And that's been an issue all around the city, even as the city is starting to reopen. I've just known a lot of people who are still getting sick out there. A lot of people who have been working towards opening the city, and yet we're not there yet because people are still getting sick. So I don't want to wish that on anybody. But that being said, if there's a way I can bring a special guest and socially distance enough to film them, especially from one of my locations, if they are open by May, I have access to certain centers in my new home. If I can do that, hopefully I'll have a really nice surprise for you guys. Not everyone can be part of the Stone Soup feature, or if they can, they don't have the same technology, so you're not able to see them. They have to join by phone. We had that issue with one or two poets last year who featured, and I want to overcome those issues. I'm going to be talking to people, and hopefully I'll be making some announcements next week. Another reminder is National Poetry Writing Month is next week, or they call it Global Poetry Writing Month. If anyone's interested in joining blogs or has a blog that they want to invite other people to join, by all means, let us know about them. I'll be also hooking people up to a site that is the official National Poetry Writing Month site, which I believe is still being run by Maureen Thorson, who is one of the people who first initiated the blog challenge. And if that's the case, I don't know if that's still the case of her running it, but it is still running, and it links to many other people who are getting a little bit of a where it's links to many people who are participating in the challenge. So if you want to join in on other people or read other people's work as it's happening, the National Poetry Writing Month challenge is essentially one poem a day, or averaging one poem a day for 30 days. Some people can do it. Some people can get it done early, and some people do it halfway and then quit. But some interesting work always comes. I've been participating in it pretty regularly since about 2005, when it was just simply National Poetry Writing Month, and it's fantastic. So if anyone's interested in participating in that, I'm sure people will be sharing their blogs and sharing other Facebook pages to participate. I hope you do so. With that, the next person coming up is a shy man. He is our feature. He is the man who is been a mover and a shaker, who has been one of the few people to really thrive when no one's able to get close to him. At any rate, no one can hold him down. So not only has he helped to make Stone Soup the force it is to try and get more timely work out, to more comment on the times as it's happening, he has also been expanding Stone Soup to include the Oddball Foundation, which was founded late last year, to include the Oddball Show podcast, which airs very regularly now and features a plethora of people from former presidential candidate Vermin Supreme to Lloyd Kaufman of Trauma Films to advocates, poets, scientists, and as the phrase goes, so much more. He's also taken time to write books. His Jagged Thought column is every Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And on top of that, he has 3 poetry collections out. A Letter to the World, which is a collection of his first year of the Jagged Thought since it became an official column, I think back in 2012, I think at that point? Yeah. And then he also has his first collection that finally came out a couple of years ago, Train of Thought. And now he's coming out in April with Train of Thought 2, The Road. Is it Closer to Home or Road to Home?
It's Almost Home.
Almost Home. I would have gotten it right at the 5th time. So Train of Thought 2, Thought Harder, or Train of Thought Almost Home, or Train of Thought, Come on, Train Harder, or whatever we want to call it. I'm sure it'll be on the Amazon page when it finally comes out. And I hope those of you who are here tonight are encouraged after tonight's feature to buy a copy. I'm sure we'll be hearing some work from the book and from various other sources. He's been writing a long time. And now it's time for me to shut up and ask you to give him, that's not quite shutting up if I'm asking you, but before I shut up, let me ask you to put your hands together virtually 20 to 40 times for Mr. Jason Wright.
Yeah, no. Thank you. I really appreciate it. No. Thank you so much. No, I really.
Why am I not surprised
You're kind, no.
that sound effect came out?
No, you're so kind. All right. So welcome to the Stone Soup Poetry Reading. This is Jason Wright, gonna read some poetry. All right, everybody. How you feeling today? Chad, how you feeling today?
I regret all my decisions now.
All right. All right. Seriously, I just got this new little toy I'm playing with. It's very fun. It's called a Roadcaster. I definitely recommend it. All right. So, I have a brand new book. I'm gonna put it down here. Got a brand new book here. Train of Thought 2, Almost Home. More poems from the Red Line. Really great hardworking, debonair publisher by the name of Jason Wright actually published this. He's a hardworking guy. Oddball Magazine Publishing, works really hard. Doesn't really get the credit he deserves in the poetry world, but man, can he rip it on the mic? And we'll find out. We'll find out just so he can rip it. But first, I'm gonna read a poem from the book. It's called "You Are Not Paying Attention," and this goes to all of the poets who are not paying attention. I'm going to keep writing till you learn the lesson that I'm teaching. Poetry to me is a life source, an ocean, a heart beating, and peace is pain, and we all feel something sometime. That's why poets like you write and rhyme, because we sing and climb uphill. I'll keep writing like this is my will. I'll give it to you. All I got a bunch of notebooks and a lighter to burn them in my plot. Bury me with these pages because it represents the 3 stages. Born, breathe in, live with reason, and when you cease to be, the last words out of a poet's mouth should be poetry. Like I'm not going gentle with that good night. Dylan Thomas, Flip It, Bob Dylan, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Annabelle Lee, Edgar Allan Poe, Keats' Ode to a Grecian me. Let my words rotate the world. Let my mind feel peace. Put me in the urn and let me learn that sometimes it's time to shut up. Let the release of love release be counted. Peace and pound the pavement. Streets never stop and never give up. Now let me pass the mic to you. See what you can do. How'd that sound? Did that sound all right? Did the audio sound okay?
It sounds great. We had a little bit of a jump. If you wanted to read that poem again, because there was like a little pause in the system, but I think that's more of a connection issue, which I'm resolving right now. So if you wanted to read it again.
300 more of them, so that's
enough.
just the poem. You weren't paying attention.
I'm sorry, what?
So how much of that poem did you hear? Were you paying attention? If I was to ask you who the 3 poets I mentioned in it were, poets?
I think that's when the sound went out, sir.
Oh, it was Bukowski, Leonard Cohen, and Henry Rollins. All right.
No worries.
All right. This is my poem here. It's called "Make My Bed." I read it from a book, William McRaven's "Make My Bed." It's a book about kind of just it's a motivational book. So it's called "Make My Bed," and here it is. I suppose I should say something. I mean, I have the pen to do it. I don't know what else I have to prove. I feel if it's worth doing, pursue it. I was bitten a long time ago. The passion was strong. Each word was a line of a song. Let me know where I'd come from. Gave me a sense of belonging where otherwise I'd be longing. Gave me a still use for the dictionary, glossary, and a place to put my refusal. It let me be brutal to destroy you if I wanted to. Whatever I was going through, it could take it. It let me be naked. I appreciated its touch. It let me be weird. It let me be rough. It never cut me, maybe once, a slice on my finger, and it healed quickly. It didn't matter. It never stopped. It never. I would use it to write my love letters. I would use it to sound clever. You didn't know me before this, did you? When I was sick, it made me better. It gave me a purpose when before I had none. It was my spaghetti when I was starving. It was my bullet in my gun. I put it at the head if I needed to. I shot it in the air. I let words fly like arrows. When I went broken, it tried its best to fix me, to put my pieces back together, and so quietly completed me like a puzzle. When I was a medicated medicinal man, made the needle a noodle and replaced it with a pen. I took the bricks and made them written, cooked each syllable and then became my lines. I took them in slowly and divided each one with my friends. It became an addiction, paper and pen, till I learned to make my bed. Does that audio sound all right? I can't tell. I can't tell.
Perfect now.
Okay, great. This poem is called "The Foundation." Sticky sweet peanut butter wolf breaking the beats, got the earth spinning. Winner is winning. They're selling insurance, and I'm moving the earth with my fingerprints. They threw me down the bleachers. I forgive them. As a man, I put away these childish things. I know what love is, Corinthians, so I keep on moving with the religionist to the beats and the swing. The moves of the record as it spins, the folding of the vinyl as it spreads its wings, flies through the air and singes everything that it touches. The fire burns with the MC rush. The ladies blush. The beat's too much. The sudden pause. I'm all out of love. The next track goes on, and I keep moving on. Break beats, got my head and heart strong. We see the dawn singing my swan song. Won't be long gone. Led Zeppelin, girl, I'm going to leave you, but not till there's beats through. The medicine man, Morrison, shaman of brilliance, bipolar madness, the wisdom of the musician playing for sense on the street. corner and since writing in his notebook on the train in the early morning, going to the job that almost broke him. Got the world going, early morning venom, kept on moving on, kept the earth and his kingdom, never let the song stop. If those batteries die, then charge and keep on, man. Took a minute to flip the tape, back at it. The soundscape moves as strange, keeps on with peace and pain, peace for pain, back again. In the 2021, a new rebellion, keeping on the movement like a reptilian, broken and band-aided, made a million trillion and back to the pavement. Wu-Tang is for the children. The beat stays so heavy, wreck my neck, make it move like Mario Andretti on the Momo. Tribe Called wants their lyric back. I said, Tip, let me chill on this lyrical swiftness. What you did for me back in 93 was straight up give the gift of wisdom, making me different than all the others because I was bumping low and through while others were discovering fluffernutters. So thank you for back in the day when I was a teenager, before there was Trump, before there was Sega. I was listening to Tribe, getting down to jazz hip hop while they were following the flock. I started Oddball, the zine you are reading, less paper, more digital. Look out for the paper version hitting your street central, keeping the illness going, but now the mental's fluent. No disorders, no deficit-based language. No, I know what I'm doing. I keep moving with the bass and the movement. A slug lyric had him on my podcast. What you think of that? Did you think Winter would be doing something like that? So take a look at the stake, take a stab at it. The basket case tragedy is now your majesty. So bow down, bully. The gravity got me lifted. The wings of 95 back, got my gifts gifted. Now I got a foundation making a difference while you were buying go-to socks and selling insurance. So what you got? What you want? I'm the man and you are nothing more to me than a memory, an ugly memory, backhanded and bruised, but Oddball refused to lose. So this is what it is, dude. I'm listening to Peanut Butter Wolf and you were pushing pens, trying to sell life insurance to a custodian. And I'm exploding on the microphone with this lyrical zen. Could keep on going, but what am I not pushing pens? I'm helping peers, getting over stuff that has been done to them over the years because I can relate, because I've felt your hate. Now this track is over. I got to put this behind me. Celebrate the cerebrum, the cerebellum, bend a deep elm to talk about my mental for AFSB. Got in front of 303 and told them my life story. What did you do? Does the audio sound all right? Decent? I can't tell. All right.
It's come a little scratchy, but otherwise I think it sounds good as long as you're not playing music in the background. At least that's what Bill has said.
Okay. All right. This one is called Anymore. I feel nothing is real, or is it? Prison is real, yes, take a visit. I'm not saying my mind is it, but witness this. It's called progress. It's a fission. Envision the cold compress. The fever's rising and I'm a slit, a cut, a slice, a tear, a rip. I'm a broken bone, a dentist drill. I'm aluminum gum, I'm a needle, I'm a prick, I'm a sour kiss. I am tongue kisses, I am licks. I am sucks, I am swollen, I am stuck. I am nothing, I am empty, I am a vacuum, I am stolen, I am murdered, I am molested, I am ugly, I am gross, I am mutilated. I am beautiful, I am Belle, I am Bella, I am umbrella, I am anchor, I am a jump start. I am suffering, I am cancer, I am death. I am sex, I am 9 months, I am life. I'm a poet, a writer, an artist. I'm a solid, I'm a liquid, I'm a science. I am your brain, I'm a drug, I'm your brain on drugs. I'm a bowl, I'm a nugget, I'm smoke. I am the Son, the Spirit, the Holy Ghost. I am Back to the Future 2, and back again. I am the Wild West. I am cowboys. I am Indians. I am the West, Texas, and Anglo-Saxons. I am blue. I am indigo. I am aqua. I am a taco. I am a gordita. I am nacho. I am Navajo, Wampanoag. I am Cree. I am everything, the whole thing, the mystery. I'm sick. I am illness. I am disease. I'm health, wellness, recovery. I am schizophrenia. I am manic depression. I am OCD. I'm a battle. I am skirmish. I am World War III. I am medication. I am water. I am digestion. I am naked. I am oil. I am lubrication. I am a book. I am a novel. I'm an epic waste of time. I am the Bible. I am the Quran. I am the Tao of Pooh. I am grateful. I am dead. I am over. I am singing in the shower, driving nowhere and not getting pulled over. I am white pages, red lines, and blue spaces. I am United States. I am America. I am United Nations. I am Christmas. I am Hallows Eve. I am pagan. I am devil. I am demon. I am Satan. I am love. I am hope. I am appreciation. I'm a singer. I'm a drummer. I'm a celebration. I am yesterday. I am McCartney. I am Lennon. I am Andy. I am TJ. I am Andrew. I am your best friends. I am Lisa. I am Obi. I am Oddball. I am everything, the whole enchilada. I am the reason my heart beats at all. I am Rob, Amanda, and Effie. I am pushed too far, left too soon, left and still don't know why. I am music. I am art. I am dancing in the rain. I am peace. I am poetry. I am pain. I am overdone, burnt, gone on too long. I am this poem. I am this song. I am done. I'm gone. All right. This one's called graffiti. In other words, I spent the rent. In other words, she gave me head. In other words, I drank too much. In other words, I am nothing but an imbecile, missile launching criminal. Vote me out or vote me in. This ill subliminal is pivotal. It's an idiot cycle, cyclical. The fiddler's riddle, it is something in a pill. Then what the fuck is it? It is nothing. It is it. Yes, the world makes me nauseous. Who's the top? Who's the bottom? Who has spoiled eggs and how often? I ask too many questions. Is it what confusion is? Is it brilliance, the neurons firing? Is this what my writing does? Is it ammunition and a gun for my loved ones? Asking questions, ending with exclamation marks. This one's called Drown. Still haven't wrote the poem to get me going, to say, yeah, that's the one, it's over, like it's the last poem ever. The one that puts it all together. Heaven, are you there? Send Jason over. Like someone there is listening, maybe, like they got their ear to a cloud and can hear me shout. Like, let me out, I want to get out, but this medicated mouth has spoken too many riddles. It has read too many poems, my poems are getting wrinkles. It has shouted to the ends of the earth and the edges are sharp, and I feel that the only way to leave your mark is to take a shot in the dark, so I get this pencil and a stencil, I'll draw your ego. I'll let my windows open and let this poem let go. I will free myself in a second only to mention my idols. I will feel final skeletal fractures and hear those cracks on vinyl. I will look for something, get the world in a chokehold, stuff it down, stifle it, snuff it out, and let it go. I'll give it some air to breathe and resuscitate nature. I'll blow a kiss to Mother Earth and she will turn to vapor. Toxic. This one's called Jerome. So all these poems, right? So all of these poems titles are from Atmosphere's album, Ma Vida Locale. And it was because he was coming on my podcast and I was writing to his instrumentals. So yeah. So this is called Mi Vida Locale. The weather is instrumental in who I am. The son of Sam with a mutant pen stabbing at the lyrical victim. When will we go to sleep again? It's 10:30 and the magician, I see through him. The light is dim and cowardice is in his system. Is it the one who's writing this, the hero or the victor? Mister, here, where's your sister? It's a hazy shade of winter. The day is grim and it's either him or him. We'll see if there's a choice. This electoral vitriol, the summer stroll has turned to a winter sprint, and all we got left is a hazy shade of winter. I point fingers at the masters who have fingers on the plastics, burgundy button, the ones who stand for something, usually stand for nothing. Yeah, the winner is in the picture, doesn't look like me. Yeah, the one with the blisters doesn't look like me. The feet, the small of the toes frozen in the cold, it doesn't look like me. All right. Drive. You know I got it. When I look at my watch, workaholic, I got $2 in my wallet, one for you if you need it, but both of these really. Money won't defeat me. Don't let it defeat you. I've never had much, just enough for what I need. I don't need much, just air to breathe. I don't need much, just some books to read. I don't need much just for you to leave me. I don't need much, just a second to think. I don't need much, just some love and deliverance, something other than medications to medicate my thinking, someone other than bruises to remember the weekend, something other than laughter. I feel like I need a moment of vocation for someone is a reason to keep going. An ocean without a boat is still an ocean. A kickstart motor still needs oil, and you got to keep moving. We will get there. Maybe after the bars close, maybe after the stop signs go, maybe after World War wind blows. We will get there. Just keep moving, soldier. We're in this together. All right, I want to read a poem that I wrote just the other day, and I want to read it. So it's called "Style with the Stilo." It's really fast. So here we go. So it's about like a writer's block. It's about like I was having writer's block, and it's about having writer's block, and then how you get through writer's block. So that's what it is. So it's called "Style with Stilo." Writer's block comes and goes. It's here. It says, "Hey, I'm here." It says, "Hey, I'm here and you." And I'm trying to take control of the situation. And along comes a pen and says, "Man, nah, it's time to go away, writer's block. The hero is here." Fighting writer's block from block to block, using the pen as a lyrical sword to cut through each word. You blocked? Are you in trouble? The prose like Ghostbusters take away the struggle. In come the metaphors like lions, like riders on the storm. Next come the differences adhering from the norms. Now references come in like Dickens, forming like Voltron. Nostalgia comes in like waiting for the bus, waiting for mom to come home. Then sympathy comes in and wonders why I was alone. Then wonder comes in, is he alluding to a broken home? Then beats come in and say, nah, it's just a break in the constant. And assonance and dissonance come up and shake the honest connotation. Say brackish beats, onomatopoeia, bam, there it is. Back to the obscure reference, tag team, tag it out and back in. Like pro wrestling, add something to that someone can relate to and then take it away with something vulgar. Fucking insane on a train with peace through pain. That's a reference only the writer gets. Writing circles around the crowds, but they ain't even close to done yet. Back to the high school bully and the detention centers. Throw a little reference to what's going on in the world. Stop Asian hate. A call to action to make some people move towards. Let them know that today is World Ocean Day. Let them know something they didn't. Put the poem on pause. Fake it like you're finished. Then take it to the next level. Go faster. Go faster. Throw more references like spinach to Popeye. And then take a Tribe Called Quest lyric and put to the hip hop heads reference. Remix it. Electric relax and throw in the reference. I need a Philly right before I get loose. Money please. I get loose off of orange juice. Back to a commercial reference, Tropicana, then go dig in the crates and hit him with Freddie Gibbs, Mad Lib, and Bandana. Credit the reference and get your mind stuck on this tempo. This poem is brought to you by DJ Shadow. Then cut the transmission, leave them wanting more. Then break for a second, them out like a free throw, and let them know you're just getting warmed up. And can go for like an hour or more. So bring it home with some laughter like Viagra, Silas, say you're strong like Bull, bring in a movie reference. Say something corny like I love you still. Don't ever go away from me. You complete me. Back to the movie synopsis. Jerry Maguire, star Tom Cruise, and Cuba Gooding Jr. about a sports agent with nothing to lose who meets a beauty who challenges him to grow, looks at his life and see what is right, and end credits. Leave the movie alone. Because life is like a box of rockets. That's a lyrical upset. Listening to Preemptive Strike got the fingers typing like Hemingway writing in a French cafe. I could keep going, but the record comes to the end, and that's the way to get through writer's block. Make your hero not hold a gun, but have style with the stilo. That's style with a pen. The end. All right, I got a couple more. To the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden. Dear sir, you have been given a great task. A huge weight has been placed on your shoulders. A pandemic, a land divided, an economic disaster, a world in need of preservation and conserving, a toxic world that is worsening, an ozone layer that is cracked and blistered, and cops and civilians with trigger fingers, and insurrection, and a coup, an old administration that's pointing the finger at you, talking heads and misinformation about everything, including vaccinations, conspiracy theorists, and people who want to see you fail. People who want you to reform the jails, the education system, repeal amendments that are unconstitutional, people who want to see you crash and burn. They want failure tied to your name. Don't let them. Instead, know that there are people who believe in you, who danced in the streets when we elected you, who believe that you will save us from COVID and heal our blessings as a nation sweating out some kind of fever. People who believe in your message, who want to move on from the old president, who want to conserve the land that surrounds us, who want to move forward and not stay grounded, who want to lift up with you to a brighter future, who want to sing songs, make music, who want to help a brother, who respect their sisters, fathers, and mothers. They are first responders saving lives, husbands who would do anything for their wives, people who just want no more strife, who want to feel a little more alive, people who want to cut the earth's plastics in half, people who want to sing, dance, and laugh, people who don't care the color of anyone's skin, people who believe in what you were doing, people who want to heal from the last president. Those are the people you should listen to. Heed this message that I and many Americans are behind you, who want to heal the world just like you do, who are waiting for the blisters on their feet to heal so they can keep walking on. We just want to keep walking on. We just want to heal. Good luck, Mr. President. All right. This one's called Pilot. How many I got left? How much time do I have left?
You have, you said you had 2 poems left?
Yeah, 2 more. Yeah, sure.
Sounds good. This is great.
Pilot.
And most of this is new material, guys. He's been, this is what the Jagged Thoughts column is all doing for him, making the new book as he goes.
18 lines for how I would like to be. Pilot. Perseverant with spirit so I can never miss it. Powerful so I can make a difference with my linguistics. Intelligent so I can move you and shape the future. Confident and concise, supreme and superior. making moves in water and swim with the sharks, swimming fast ahead of the curve so I never miss my mark. Fearless, strong, and ridiculous on the mic. World-traveled warrior who finishes what he starts, charming, charismatic, and strong-willed. Quick with the quill ink and drill it in, that strengthens my skill. Finessing with no question, making suggestions, blessed with blessings, real above all else, makes you pay attention. Strong as an ox and knowing my worth, keeping on calm with the knowledge from birth. Knowing what I got, moving past the critics, moving over haters and distinguishing id from idiots. Knowing my consciousness, mindful with the meditation, keeping it moving, not stressing anything. These are the ways I would like to be. If it was that way, that's how it would be. So by the grace of God and gravity, I'll get through this doubt even if it kills me completely. I'm going to surface to the water like bends and rise up. Never going to give up because that's not in my blood. Going to do it despite you and do it because a weak support system will never support a foundation. So I'll keep going until I reach my destination, find my tribe in Maui, Hawaii, when I'm on vacation, lose them, find them again in self-seeking meditation. The strong-willed never back down, even if doubt catches them up in its midst. I find strength in my writtens and keep going, but end it with this. You cannot break me, stop me, topple me down. I'm stronger than I've ever been. My illness worn down to a rubber bullet. This is my life and this is how I choose to live it. Strong-willed survivor, be with it or against it, but never silence my sounds or the sounds from my mouth. No, you can never shoot my plane down because I'm the driver and my own pilot. And then maybe a couple one or two poems from this, and then we're done. This one's called Well Wishes for Sleeping Fishes. And this is from my new book, Train of Thought, Almost Home, More Poems than the Red Line. And it'll be out in April 1. So check it out. Fistful of Meds. I can barely keep my eyes. So real quick, these poems were written a long time ago when I was in a different spot. So it's very interesting to hear these poems because I'm in a different spot than I was. So well wishes for sleeping fishes. Wake to the alarm clock, ringing 7 o'clock. I got my phone, don't use my watch, don't need no locks. My mind is freed open. And each thought rings out like a bell siren. Without warning, in the middle of morning, like an old man snoring away his boring day. Getting hired and fired in the same day. That's the way my day went today. Well wishes for sleeping fishes. Don't you know that they never close their eyes like a new dad or security guard, like my friend Paul, or like Clockwork Orange, keep the villain's eyes open. And damn, like bam, the man comes back like a sandwich. A quiet dog is a docile bitch. Like life is a stitch. I'm society. I'm unweaving. That's what the reason I'm screaming out my mind, man. I got to get a clue. Take a lorazepam. Got to get a clue because I'm bored of your games. Your monopoly means shit to me. I'm going to build up Baltic and Pacific Railroad, and you can rent on my house. But anyway, ability and flows, because once you get to park, there's no limit to the fines when you step on my property line. So well wishes for sleeping fishes. Don't you know that fish sleep with one eye open like Clockwork Orange or a Polaroid frozen? Right before I blink, you take the damn picture. Then I look like a Picasso. When Van Gogh, I go with it. See, I like poetry. Call me Walt Whitman. I dig people who can hear the noise that's on the railroad. I like a sound of applause in my area. Instead of something being lit than being destroyed. Jump on the grenade, man, and there I go. Wake up to sleeping fishes. Tell them I'm coming home, and all that's left is a solitary boat with a little man drowning, trying to stay afloat. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Time to unmute now and show your love before he brings out the slide whistle.
I couldn't even tell if my audio was good or not, and I hope it was good.
I had no problem with it. It was a little jumpy at first, but I think it smoothed out. And it might be more my fault on my end because I've been having connection issues. But that was wonderful. Thank you guys. Thanks to everyone for coming tonight, and thanks especially to Jason. Jason, if you have any PayPal or any Venmo accounts?
You know what would be the best, honestly? If you just donated money to the Oddball Foundation, please, I would really sincerely, not money for me, but for my foundation. We're really trying to do some great work for mental health, for social justice, and environmental action. So please, if you consider going to oddballmagazine.com/Oddball Foundation and just donating a couple dollars, every dollar makes a difference.
Sounds good. Why don't, for those of us who go by the links here, why don't you send us a quick link on that and just put it in the chat, and I'll repurpose it later on this week.
Thanks, Chad. Thank you for letting me read it, man. That felt good.
I'm glad. I can't wait to see it when the book comes out. It's also good to support Jason by buying the book when it comes out for April 1st. I'll make sure there's a link for that for the start of National Poetry Month, which is exciting. I hope you guys stick around with Oddball as we figure out who the next participants are going to be.
And Chad, I just want to thank you for all the hard work you do for Oddball as an associate editor, man. You are the best, and it's been so great to have you. Our friendship for the last, I don't know, like 10 years. It's been awesome. So seriously, thanks. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Jason.
Yep.
Thank you, Jason. Thanks to everyone who listened, and thanks to everybody who was on to the calls for tonight. And thanks especially to everyone who read tonight. This has been it's been a fantastic night, and this has been a really good night for this has been a really good year for Stone Soup so far. I hope we get to the point where we're back to seeing each other again in person, but that I want to be really safe about this, so we're going to be smart about it. And Jason just posted the link to the Oddball Foundation, so please visit that at your earliest convenience. And I believe if you have, do you have a link, JCC, on the did you ever download your first show on YouTube?
The very first show went out on multi-stream to Facebook. So
Okay.
part 1 and part 2 actually within 1 week got close to 500 views for those. By the way, Jason, the entire clip just finally got sent to me last week, but I've been so busy, and Anne Marie was straight out, the executive producer of the Buttonwood Tree that's hosting the concept. She's on vacation, and she'll be back Monday, and I can't touch the website till she gets back. So we got the website up and running on Thursday, just enough to limp into the opening, which was fantastic. There are 41 members already, and there was only 25 the day of, with only 3 days notice. So if anyone wants to watch that, I'll put it up back to the top of my Facebook page, or just go to the Buttonwood Tree Performing Arts Center, Art and Culture Center. They have a Facebook page, and it's in there. Just the email that I put in here, just anybody want to send me anything, and I'll get you whatever it is that you're looking for, links and guides into the whole thing, concept description. And Jason was amazing there. He read in the open. He participated in the free speech in the nonprofit community organization and group section, and then he came back at the end in the free speech section, which does not stream out. But and Chad, I'll definitely take care of you, and Ethan, make sure you got that link again, and I'll be going live again with that. Thanks for bringing it up. But yeah, Jason did a huge presentation. I mean, that was a lot of work you put into that. So, and but the company he was with all humility, just for another second, and I'll shut up in a minute. I'm sorry, I'm going on. Please accept that apology. But the company, what happened in the second hour, you really should see. And these are people who will really help you understand what the middle concept is really about. And Jason came in with just a year in thing, and actually contributed to people that have been doing it for 10 and 15. The stories of people that are doing it was really hopeful. It was incredibly hopeful. And thank you again for that. And I'll reintroduce it. Don't forget to save the chat, and you'll have it before it ends.
Anybody
with the 3 dots.
Yeah, check out what CC's doing. That was an amazing thing, CC. Like, the whole event was incredible. You did such a good job, and the Buttonwood and everything. It was awesome to watch. So thanks, man. Everyone should check it out for real.
I'm sure there'll be more links. And with that, we're going to just remind people to come to Stone Soup next week, and to stay tuned to stonesoupoetry.com for further news. And hopefully more will be announced by next Monday. There's a lot going on. There's other poetry events happening. The poetry mashup is going to be happening. And that's hosted by Tony B. And hopefully when I know more, I'll be able to share it with the rest of you. That's going to be a part live, part live streamed event that Tony's been trying to make happen for, it's going on a second year of her attempt. She's always been talking to people, and then when she wanted to get it done this past April, it did not go well because of the pandemic, but now she has more, we have more insight, we have more practice on this, and our next show is going to, this show coming up in April is going to be fantastic. There's articles that are already about it, that are already announcing it, so there'll be more happening. So stay tuned. A lot's going to happen National Poetry Month. A lot's going to happen on Stone Soup's 50th anniversary. Thank you guys so much. It's time to do the obligatory wave as we do every week. There we go. And I love the party hat icon from Jan. I don't know if they can see that on Facebook, but I appreciate it. And pause. And very good. And with that, thank you guys. Thank you, Minion. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Carol, Nancy, Patricia. Thank you, me. Thank you, Bill Lewis, AKA me. Thank you, CC. Thank you, Ethan. And especially thanks to Jason for amazing feature. And thank you, Ed Galt. His hand was actually blocking his face. I didn't know who it was, but it's been a fantastic night. It can be like this every week. All we need is you. And that's all I have to say for now. So I gotta go check myself for lice, ticks, and bed bugs again. So fun stuff. The poetry and the fun and the inspirations never stop around here. They just never stop. But that is it. The show's over. We see you next time.